So how do you gain power and influence with people? I mean, should you be doing that? How do you do it? Why would you want to be doing it? That's what we're talking about today.
Okay, so what would seem to me to be a bit of a departure from the standard Nate talks, the topic of today's episode is how to gain greater influence with people and power.
Yeah, this is
even.
actually
You're using
core.
the word power. Tell me about that.
This is core to YouTube, because with YouTube, you're building a following. You're gaining influence. You're getting power and control over people. So it's really important. It's really important to talk about it. Now, I love the power of influence.
Okay.
And I'm not shy about talking about religion. I'm going to bring some religion into this because I believe that God wants us to have influence.
Okay.
But I also believe God wants us to get rid of all pride. So that's kind of a good safety net. If we're going to be influential without pride, then we're using influence for good.
Interesting. Okay, sounds very superheroic almost.
That's
what
all
I
about.
mean. Yeah,
That's
you
what
got
we're talking about. Influence. Influencing the world for good. Let me bring it to another example. We're going to talk Spider-Man here. You know Spider-Man's uncle?
I just mentioned superheroes.
Yeah, what's Spider-Man's uncle's name, remember?
Uncle Larry, Uncle Tito, Uncle Ben.
There you go, you
The
got it.
rice. Yeah, Uncle Ben.
I never made that connection.
Yeah.
So Uncle Ben, he said something to Spider-Man. He was giving some advice, and he said,
I know where you're going.
With
Yeah.
great power comes great responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Think about all the heroes that we have, or that kids aspire to, athletes or actors that have a lot of influence that don't use that in a good way.
Yeah, remember Charles Barkley's old, I don't know if you were around, he had a commercial when he was playing. You know who Charles Barkley is?
I do. I don't remember the commercial.
I think it was Barkley who said, I ain't no role model. And he kept saying that. I'm not a role model. And it was him or somebody like him. And there was a lot of backlash about that because whether you like it or not, you are a role model, Charles. Yeah.
People were wearing his name on their back.
That's right. Yeah.
His number. So, yeah, with great power comes this responsibility to use that influence in a positive way. And I love seeing good examples of that. I highlight it on my social media feeds when I'll see somebody that has, they're real famous. They're a celebrity or something, and they're using that influence in a good way. That's a very good thing.
I know you've mentioned Will Smith a couple times. That one comes to mind to you. Is that what you're talking about? You perceive that his...
Yeah, I would say I like most of his stuff. Most of his stuff is really good, and he has a good message. He's motivational. He's inspirational to me. So, all right. So now let's switch it to you, because you have an expertise. And when we talk about YouTube, right, if we're going to put your expertise out there in front of people, YouTube is really the best place to do it, and it's the easiest place to do it. And I'm talking about why you should use YouTube, and then the result that you'll get is you'll gain this influence. You'll build a tribe, and it's real simple. Again, you have expertise. The problem is people don't know you. They don't know that you exist.
Yeah,
they
you got to have
So they go to YouTube and they don't type in your name.
Right.
But they're typing in how to do this. They're searching for your expertise, so they just have no idea that you exist.
Right.
So how do we fix that?
Yeah.
All you have to do is make a video that answers their question. So that's why we've made a previous video on how to do SEO for YouTube videos, or how to do keyword research for YouTube videos. Click the video up there, and that will teach you how to do that process. Basically, you create a video that showcases your expertise just by answering their questions. So that person who is now searching for you without knowing that you exist, they now find you and they see you on video, and you're helping them out. And so they see you as their hero. In that moment, you've helped them, and they feel great. You've given them value. You've actually started to build a relationship with them. I mean, you don't know them because video is kind of one way, but they feel like they know you, and they might want to subscribe to your video if you've given them something of value, and they know what to expect next, so they'll subscribe and they'll keep coming back, and they'll really start to get to know you. And that's a real powerful way of building your influence.
And then continuing to use that influence. And then if you do it all right, the way that you're teaching and helping others understand how to do it, you can make it so that it becomes economically self-sustaining.
One thing that I wanted to say just to wrap up the video is, don't worry about going viral. We've made a whole video about you don't need to go viral, just follow my amped strategy.
Yes.
Make sure you watch that video on how to create an amped video, because it's taking somebody who's searching for your videos. Yeah, this whole formula works, and that's a great way to gain power and influence the right way. Did that come across in a good way? Do you think that people understood what I'm talking about there? Because you got to be careful with this
Right,
power
I know.
and
Yeah,
influence.
it's a delicate subject, but yes, I think you did just fine.
Good.
Probably if I weren't here, it would have been a lot better.
I thought you were going to say worse.
No, never.
No, it was great. So definitely use it responsibly. Use this great secret or this great strategy that we've shared here responsibly, and go and influence the world for good.
Burned me once or twice.